Forgot to push this button. So let's start it right. Do you think Oprah would make a good real estate agent? Do you think she would get business? What do you think? I'll show you some evidence and I'll show you some stats and some information today that may be surprising. We'll see. Hey, it's your coach Borino. Welcome to another session of Borino Live. I'm really excited. We've been talking about how to make you a real estate authority, celebrity in your local market. We talk about how to do video, how to position yourself, how to be comfortable on camera, how to get your message out there, especially now during these tough times. It's important to have these tools in place because, friends, don't be surprised if some of these things that we now see as temporary in our business, things that used to be done a different way, where we now do a new way, may become permanent. Virtual open houses, lots of video, Zoom calls, virtual closings. There's all kinds of things that may stay with us. So you being here is a good thing. And I appreciate it very much because I'm here to teach you, I'm here to help you, I'm here to bridge the gap between what used to be and what now is pretty much the new normal. Like it or not, this is what it is. So, Cappuccino with Borino, which is kind of an unofficial name of the show. I even have some presentation for you. We're going all fancy. And I have an invitation for you. We just opened the registration for the video bootcamp, which I think you're going to like because we're going to accelerate your progress. You see, the thing with video, we are still teeter-tottering. Yes, you know it works. You see other people do it, not just me and other real estate coaches, but you see other agents do it, maybe in your area. But you still think, well, I'm not comfortable on the camera. I'm shy. I'm introvert. I'm fat. I'm too old. I'm not attractive. I'm this and that. Been there. I'm guilty. But this really is that nudge, that big nudge. We're going through some challenging times and nobody really knows whether this is going to be a couple of months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year, who knows? But it also means an opportunity. In this calamity, there's plenty of opportunities for you to connect with your audience, to find new people, to find new prospects, to nurture the relationship with people you already have, and to get business. Some of it now, some of it later. Great opportunity with simple, easy tools. All you really need is this. Did you see my video this morning? The one I do? I do these videos after my workout, after my run. Right here. This is the entire tool I use. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. But before we get into all that, and of course, if you have any questions, please post them. Lovely to see you. Say hello to some friends real quick because this is pretty cool. I wanted to show you this. No, I wanted to show you. Hold on. I need to configure it because I messed up. So I'm going to change this to this. Yeah. So we have Sharon all the way from South Africa saying hello to all of us. Anahita is here, which is a great video star. You've been doing very well. All right. Everybody's busy. We are busy one way or another. So now, let me show you some stuff that will help you. First, I want to demonstrate to you that maybe you, or maybe just your competition would be easier, got a lot of this wrong. This whole principle of reaching your audience, becoming a celebrity, authority, getting business that comes to you, the business that you attract rather than you chasing it, which right now is pretty challenging, almost impossible. In many areas, you can't do open houses, you can't prospect, you can't do anything, but you can still keep your name, your face, and your message in front of the relevant audience. Like one of my students, this is Sarah Marie, look at this. When I was talking about doing little videos, get the message out there, she is one of the few great students who actually does take action. She's from Ohio, excellent agent, good student. She posted this update on what is happening in the real estate business as far as the coronavirus. 3-minute video, got 503 views. 503 people watched her talk about how it impacts the local market, what's going on in the real estate community. That's a phenomenal reach. You can do the same thing, and I'm here to teach you. I'm here to share with you. Calamity brings opportunity. Another thing you may or may not know. Did you know, this really surprised me too, that there are 15 million millionaires in the United States. Did you know that? About 700,000 added last year. Now here's the interesting thing. These are people who have 1 million or more in assets, not including their residence. That's more millionaires than ever before. It doubled since 2009. That means 10% of all the US households have 1 million in assets. 1 out of 10. That means if you have 9 neighbors, one of you is a millionaire. And if it's not you, I'm of course here to help. Now the reason I want to show you this is there is opportunity. An opportunity is an equation. It's a system. It's a process. That's what I've become good at, is teaching people a process, a system to make money, help people, and boy, do they need it now more than ever. So let me give you the formula first. The formula is this: positioning plus 3 C's plus systems equals money. Your positioning as an authority of real estate, just like Sarah Marie, plus the 3 C's, plus the system that supports that gets your message out there with repetition, creates profit. Now, please don't get me wrong, and I want to make sure you hear me on this, so I'm going to go back on the camera. I am not talking about profiteering from the calamity. I'm not talking about taking advantage of the situation so that you just grease your pockets. That's not what I mean. But there's a group of people, buyers, sellers, who are wondering, what should I do? What is the best course of action? What's going on? Is the market here? Is the market here? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Can I sell my house? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? How do we buy a house? How are the mortgage rates impacted? There's all kinds of questions they have. And instead of shoving down their throat the typical sales pitch that almost everybody else is doing, you, with the right positioning, can come like a breath of fresh air, where they're searching for answers. They're on social media. They're kind of burned out. Aren't we all burned out on Netflix? And you come in with something helpful, something insightful, something interesting. Phenomenal positioning. So it's positioning plus 3 C's. Now the 3 C's. Remember the 3 C's? We talked about the 3 C's. They must be all part of your communication. That stands for confident, competent, and compassionate. That means you have a heart, you understand people are struggling, people are scared. You rise to the occasion, you're competent, you know what you're talking about. That's the real estate part. And then confident, it means you can be trusted. You trust yourself in your skills, in your abilities. So there are 3 basic layers in the message. First, there's a generalist. Generalist would be like, let me give you an example, your general practitioner doctor you go to when you have a tummy ache. Then there is a specialist in every area. Like in my area, there are several specialists. My good friend Lisa, she's one of the best agents here in the area. She's a specialist. She markets herself as a Lake Barcroft specialist and does really well. Sells a lot of homes, over 40 transactions a year, and makes $750,000. She's very good. And then there is a next level. That's the authority. Now, I was in Dominican Republic windsurfing and I cracked my tooth. The idiot I am. There's a greater demand for authority. And when I cracked my tooth, I'm a chicken when it comes to dental stuff. You guys know that, right? So I wanted not just a specialist, not just a good dentist, but the best oral surgeon I could find. And I did find a guy who has written books and who teaches other dental surgeons how to do that stuff. So he's not only an expert specialist, but he's an authority. And of course, he makes more money, he's in more demand. Classical stuff, right? Now, on top of that, there's the power of celebrity. So let's look at a top-level celebrity. Let me give you one example. You probably recognize this lovely lady. You probably know who this is. This is Susie Orman. She's known in America as the money lady. She's a financial advisor and money planner, and she's an author. She's also a motivational speaker. You may have seen her on QVC. She's been hawking her stuff there. Home Shopping Network. She also hangs out with Oprah. You may have seen her on PBS. She's positioned and well accepted by everybody as a successful, reputable, and knowledgeable financial advisor. Ms. Orman net worth is about $35 million. She calls herself the personal financial guru. But from what I understand, Ms. Orman has a bachelor's degree of arts and social work from the University of Illinois. She's not accredited, she's not certified, she's not licensed, pedigreed in finance at all. So wait a second, what's going on here? Is she the best? Is she the best to give this kind of advice? Compare Miss Susan to this gentleman. The man on the left, he charges $120 an hour. He's one of the best money experts with years of experience, well-trained, totally qualified. He's been my financial advisor. Cliff. Solid financial advice. He's been doing it for many years. Now, Ms. Orman charges something like $10,000 for an hour of consulting. So now here's the thing. Who would most people likely to choose? The answer is, of course, Susie, because of all the intangible value people create in their own mind around celebrity authority, which is the pinnacle. That's the top. That's the legend celebrity status we're all willing to listen to and pay premium for whatever she's selling. She's at the top position of celebrity authority, well known in a specific area of expertise. So, what does that mean to your real estate business? That means ultimately your success as a rock star real estate agent is not based on having amazing credentials. If you have them, that's great. Years in the business, homes sold, all that is fantastic. But what's more important, what's more important is the perception people have of your reach and influence, your celebrity legend status, real estate status in your marketplace. This is a good example. You recognize this gentleman? This is the 30-something-year-old Josh Flagg from the $1 Million Listing LA, big show here on Bravo Television. Makes about $2 million a year in commissions. According to several online reports, this guy's net worth is $25 million. Not too shabby. He's also by many considered #1 agent in Los Angeles. Now, see, agents like Josh, who by the way sells about $256 million in high-end real estate per year, he's the #1 agent in LA, which is one of the most competitive markets in the world. Why is that? Is it because he's the best agent? I'm sure he's great at what he does. That's a given. You must be good at what you do. That's a requirement, right? Without it, it wouldn't work. But the question is he the best agent? There are over 170,000 agents competing in Southern California, and many are just as good, some may be even better. So the real answer is Josh and many others, rockstar agents who earn big bucks, they do it because of two things, and that is celebrity plus authority. What makes Josh and Susie and others unique in that positioning is celebrity authority. That's the very top position you have to reach to dominate your market. Now, the good news is you don't have to be fancy, you don't have to be on television, you don't have to have your own television show or on QVC or any of that. You don't have to have any of that. You don't even have to hang out with Oprah. And we'll get to it whether she would make a good real estate agent. But you have to become the celebrity authority in your area. And the way you do that is you spread goodwill. Because the more goodwill you spread in your marketplace, the more recognition you're going to get, the more known you become, and the more successful you be, and the more wealthy ultimately. Because the question your prospects ask is, are you their best choice? Can you be trusted? Will you get the job done? And the most important part is, it's not about who you are, but who they perceive you to be. That means with repetition, you become known, you become noticed, and you establish yourself as the authority. Now, even Josh admits, this is a recent blog post on his website, where he says, look at how 40% agents get more leads with video. That is the answer. Video right now, you being on screen, you being in social media, on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, everywhere, is the answer. That's how you get noticed, and that's where people are these days. So then, picture this. There is a home seller, husband and wife. Is this helpful, by the way? Is this good so far? Good. All right. So now, Martha and Harry want to sell their house. And they're sitting at home, they're sipping a lovely cappuccino like I am right now. And then there's a knock on the door. In comes Miss Oprah. First they would be, of course, shocked, right? But after the initial shock, they would invite her in, they would start chit-chat, and he says, well, I don't know if you know that, but I'm no longer a television personality. Now I sell real estate in your area, and I understand you want to sell a house. I'm here to help. So I have a few questions for you. And then she would ask some questions. Listen. Do you think Miss Oprah would get that listing? I'm venturing to say yes. I think so. Not only because she would listen, she was very good as when she had a television career as an interviewer, but also because people would be smitten by the fact, oh my God, Oprah Winfrey lists our house. She would get that listing. And it wouldn't matter that she never sold anything in that area. It wouldn't matter that she had no experience. They wouldn't even ask her for her license. Are you really licensed in real estate? How many homes have you sold? And how are you going to market our house? I don't think none of that would ever come up during that conversation. I think what would be all about was, oh my God, can we take a picture with you? Oprah, we listed our house. Are you getting it? We've been taught the wrong thing. We've been taught the wrong thing. It is about being the celebrity authority. You need to know your stuff. My man Josh and all of those good agents, all of you guys who are crushing it, you know your stuff. You cannot be incompetent and successful long term. That's impossible. But now imagine you're going to utilize the power of video, that piece by piece, little by little, you start establishing the presence of you as not just the expert, but the celebrity, which is not that hard because there is one word more important than any other. You ready for it? Repetition. Repetition. Oprah didn't become famous because she had one show one time. Josh didn't become famous because he once appeared on Bravo television. You guys who are rock stars on social media have reached that status because you do it with repetition, wrapped in a good message. So it's a good message, something helpful, something that contributes to the community. And you can have plenty of that content, and I can help you with that. With repetition. With the right positioning, you can achieve that status. Now, you don't need to have the status of Susie Orman or Oprah Winfrey. But you can be the go-to person in your area. That's totally doable. That's why the video is such a great vehicle, because right now, video will completely replace the face-to-face communication and conversation we can now have with prospects and leads and clients. That's why the video becomes so important and so powerful. Are you with me? Is that making sense? All right. That's a good point. So, Mike is right. Your message must address the pain and frustration. You need to give the hope to what keeps them at night. This will cause them to see you as the person they want to talk to. This will be to see you expert they need. That is absolutely true. But here is another part to it, Mike. Many of my videos don't address your pain, don't address solutions that you need. Sometimes I just post a video of me cooking spaghetti with my dinner. My family in the kitchen, making dinner, cooking spaghetti, drinking wine, and singing Frank Sinatra. And yet that video got just as much engagement as all the helpful tips I post to you guys. Why is that? It is the balance between helpful information, giving insights, and entertainment. And if you provide both, you can absolutely crush it. You can totally do that. There are several types of videos that can resonate with your audience. So I have that invitation for, am I done with the slides? I want to make sure that I showed you everything I wanted to show you. Oh, one more thing. The perception is reality. And this perception can be influenced because your position as celebrity or authority can be orchestrated, architected, where the first impressions you create can be permanent beliefs in the mind of the prospect. So the question is, what do you want to be well known for in your town? Like, let me give you an example. Something that makes you popular. When I did expired listings heavily, I would create a perception. They call me the expired expert. I sell Legg Barcroft homes other agents could not sell. That's one of the options. So let's say you want to go after expired listings. You can create a series of little videos with little messages around this. This would not be the message. This would be the core. This is what's called a payload. We would come up with a story and a wrapper around it like a nice box. So the message would be, last year I listed 28 homes and I've sold every single one of them. I get the job done. That's why my motto is call Borino and start packing. Now I'm sure you could probably come up with something even better than this, but this got the job done. Because the bottom line, friends, it's not hard to be different. It's not hard to be better once you understand that it's all based on simple formulas. Psychology, like Mike says, there are problems, there are questions, there's pain that they deal with. They're wondering, where is this going to go? And there's a group of people, buyers and sellers, who are at the moment on the fence. And some will jump in now and some will jump in later. But those that jump in later, right now, you can approach with these simple, easy video messages. They are way more powerful than memes. They are way more powerful than just blog posts. They're way more powerful than any other form of communication. Because you were wired to watch the talking heads in the box. Since we were little kids, we were mesmerized by the Saturday morning cartoons, by the news, by the people telling us, this is what's happening, here's what it means, and here's what you should do next. You can be that positioning authority as well. Does that make sense? You can do this. So remember, the combination is entertainment plus education. And then you can amp up the entertainment sometimes, and sometimes the education. Sometimes it's a little bit of both. And sometimes it's nothing but a little compassion messages. By the way, the Video Bootcamp, and I'll tell you in just a moment how you can come in, we have over 100 topics, 100 different topics you can tackle in your videos. Even if you've never been in front of the camera, even if you don't feel very comfortable talking to that little lens on your phone, you can do this. It's all a set of techniques, strategies implemented with repetition that you get your message out there. And just like Sarah Marie and many of you guys who are already doing video, my students, you can reach a wide audience because there are people sitting there right now flipping through Netflix on their phones, on their computers, don't know what to watch, don't know what to do. Most importantly, don't know what to think of the situation as a whole. And those people who either know somebody who needs to move or will be moving, or they themselves may be in a position and situation to move. These kind of messages, these kind of help for the hands that reach out and say, just grab my hand, I got this, I'm here to help, will become the friend in the business. Totally doable. 2, 3, 4-minute little videos. Now, I'm here to help. We had an idea a while back. My team and I decided to come up with a boot camp. That has been kind of my strength, is to teach you something complex, a system as complex as, let's say, for sale by owners or expired listings or listing presentation in the form of a boot camp, where not only do I teach you the information, but we break it down into simple, easy steps, and at the end there's always a homework. And I wanted to do the same with video because I saw a great opportunity right now to help a bunch of you get that visibility you need. And then this whole virus thing happened. And so out the door went the idea of a $1,000 bootcamp, which is normally what we charge is $997 for programs like this. You get a book, you see it right here. You get a set of videos, and I teach you these live sessions. So we had to retool and adjust. It's funny, I've been getting a lot of emails with the word pivot in them. So we had to pivot too. It's kind of an interesting word. So what I came up with is a boot camp where you and I will work daily on these little videos. Every day, you're going to get a little message from me, an email, saying, hey, Joe, hey, Susie, here are some simple instructions. We're going to make a video on, and there'll be a different topic. I'm going to give you some points. Watch this video with today's lesson. You're going to hit a website. Watch me give you a few instructions, short, 15, most of the videos will be about 15, 20 minutes. I'll record those for you, and at the end, there'll be an assignment. Something you will do. Whether to create this video, do this, do that. And we're going to piece by piece put together your entire video strategy. So rather than you just reading a book and hopefully getting 1 or 2 videos done, by the time we're done, this will be a 21-day program, you will have done at least 21 videos. We will deploy them. Part 1, I will teach you how to deliver your message, how to be articulate and interesting on camera, how to put these videos together. Part 2 is how do you make the videos a little more interesting? Maybe we add a little B-roll, music, simple stuff. I don't like techie, expensive, complicated things. So we're going to make this video a little more interesting with maybe a lower third. Let me show you an example of what a lower third would look like. You can add something like this. This is, by the way, where you can sign up for the boot camp. This is my name, stuff like that. I'll teach you how you can do the same thing in your videos. How to add subtitles, for example, because many of your viewers will be watching your videos without the sound on. And then part 3 of the bootcamp, the last part of our bootcamp together will be, what do we do with these videos? How do we give them visibility? How do you send them through the social channels that the right audience is watching and the right audience is responding? How to set up call to action and what to do next if somebody raises their hand. Now, none of this involves expensive, complicated advertising campaigns or hiring video crews. I mean, Jesus, I used to spend $200-300 an hour hiring a video crew. You don't have to do any of that. This will be, most of the tools will be either something you already have or very inexpensive, like a selfie stick, $20. Simple stuff. So come join us. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about teaching it. Every day, there'll be one simple, easy lesson. Then once a week, every Friday, we're going to jump on a call, video call, on a Zoom call with all the students, where we're going to have a live interaction. Maybe I'll review your video, maybe you have some questions, maybe you ran into some problems, or maybe you just need help. So I'll be there live on these sessions every Friday for as long as you want me to, answering your questions, clarifying, helping with whatever you need help with. But here's where you come in and where your help is needed. Reading those short little emails and watching the video, fine. Most of you can do that, no big deal. It is doing the assignment that will start moving you into this world of the new real estate. Where I want to attract people, I want to bring people on board who not only will consume and learn, which is great, and now is a perfect opportunity to learn all this stuff. And you're going to learn about positioning and scripting, and don't have to memorize any scripts, don't worry about that. But there are certain language patterns, there are certain hooks we're going to use. We're going to reverse, for example, you will never start a video with, hey, this is Borino with ABC Real Estate. We're not going to do that, there's a reason for that. So we're going to create these outlines, and I'm going to help you with all that. But you need to get the work done. And most of it, my guess would be 20, 30 minutes a day, which you have now. You're going to cut back on the Tiger Man, and you're going to do a little more of this. And you watch how quickly you can build your audience, build your presence, and this is important, build your skills. Because as you notice, doing Facebook Live, which, by the way, I will teach you, not that hard. Doing for sale by owner expired videos, not that hard. Doing property videos, I'll teach you. I took my wife, Hannah, who has a very successful staging company here in the area, and we spent half a day analyzing how she makes property videos. She's really good at it. She's really good. She makes 4, 5, 6 of those property videos a week without a crew, all by herself. You know with what? This smartphone. So I'm like, honey, teach my people how to do that. She says, of course, it's not that hard. Same thing, certain principles, certain rules that you deploy. Same thing, instead of hiring somebody and paying them $300, $400, $500 for a property video, you'll be able to do it yourself. Just with this. So we filmed it. One lesson will be all about that. Here's a cool thing. Doesn't need to be your listing. You want to promote somebody else's listing, get some leads? You can totally do that. I will teach you. All of this will be part of the class. And anything else that you want to learn, simply going to come on the Q&A and say, hey, Borino, how do I do this? How do I do that? I will teach you. So by the time we're done, you will have videos out in social media, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, everywhere else, where people will start noticing you. More important, they will start engaging. And we're going to create a dialogue with your prospects, dialogue with your sphere, dialogue with people who need to know that you're in business. Because you ever lost a listing where somebody says, shit, you're in real estate? I didn't know that. That can't happen. That's simply failure on your way to properly communicate. Now, if you're just going to produce videos saying, I'm in real estate, send me referrals, that's going to be just as bad, if not worse. So we're going to balance all that out. Okay? So now, price, terms. This was a $997 program. But I know situation has kind of changed out there. So I wanted to be reasonable. And I sat down with my staff and I said, what price can I put it on where people still feel like it's worth going through? Because you know how it is. When something is too cheap, you just go, oh, that can't be good. And we still need to kind of pay our bills and keep our doors open. So I decided it's going to be $100. How cool is that? The whole program is $100. Now, this is I didn't take anything out. On contrary, I gave you an option. Once you click purchase, there'll be a page that's going to pop up and says, by the way, do you want to add the Real Estate Video Plus full course, which is this book that's about, 80 pages of different tips and a set of videos where I go through all kinds of lessons. You can add it if you want. We slashed that half price too. You don't need this, but if you want it, it's available to you. I wanted to make it affordable. Why? Because I want to help you guys. I want to teach you something. I want to teach you something. I don't want to just sit on my ass and motivate you all day long. I wanted to teach you something practical that can serve you for years. It's going to be good stuff. It's going to be a good class that's going to really ramp up your skill very quickly. And what you realize is, if you can take a selfie, you can make a video. If you can get a prospect on the phone who may have some questions about a property, you can make a video. If you can do a listing presentation, you can make a video. If somebody asks you, well, what about this COVID-19? How is that impacting real estate? And if you can give a 3-4 minute intelligent answer, you can make a video. So I want to teach you. Go to realestatevideoplus.com and sign up. Register for it. We're starting on Monday. The first lesson is going out on Monday. Monday and then every day. One little lesson. The reason I broke it down into these daily things is twofold. You know how some of you, and including me, I'm on the same boat. I'm in the same boat. You just feel like things are so sluggish. Everything seems somehow hard to get done. You guys feel that? I feel it. So doing this daily ritual, I want to build your momentum. I want to build that rhythm back where we're getting back to normal, because this is the new normal. It's going to be new normal for quite some time. So doing these daily assignments, getting this thing done, getting on video, and it's not going to be perfect. Video 1 will not be the same as video 10. And video 10 is not going to be the same as video 20, 30, and so on. It's a process, but I'll walk you through that process. But I promise you the videos will be good enough to get an intelligent, interesting, articulate message out there to your audience. Not perfect, and there's actually perfect can be trouble. We don't want it perfect. We want it to be authentic. And to that, like with everything else I teach, there are formulas for that. So we can get that done. I'll teach you step by step. All right? So go to realestatevideoplus.com, realestatevideoplus.com. There's a button that says register. $100. Come join me. Starting next Monday, we're going to have a good time together. Yeah? Now, I know you guys have some questions, so let's tackle those. Oh, this is very nice. Gary says, let me clear this. I will make it a little bigger so we can see your comments. Hold on, bear with me. Here you go. Gary says, consistently great content, Borino. Thank you, Gary. My pleasure. Luca says, does it all still come free for past students? Luca, yes, absolutely. If you're a past student, this all will be free. All right. And we have some questions here from Armine. Let me go to that. Here it is. All right. Well said. Yes, we can do this. Excellent. Sharon says, it would be great if we can get examples of what to say on video. Sharon, that will be absolutely part of the course. I will help you with good content. Actually, the problem you're going to have is it's going to be too much. You will have to decide, do I want this first, that first? Best content right now we're going to be creating is around the situation that people are dealing with. And that will make it topical and interesting. Love the advice. Is this very helpful, says Anaita. Great. Terry says, watching from Sarasota. Awesome. Pelin says, awesome idea. I'm so excited. When are we starting? Let's do this. We are starting Monday, April 20th. First email and first video will be posted. Does it still come free? Yes, if you are PATH students, that's going to come free. So sign up now, you guys, and get ready. We're going to create you momentum. I'm going to help you reach audience that may not even know that you're in real estate or may not even know who you are. Because remember, they can't do business with you if they don't know you. And they will not do business with you unless they trust you and they like you. And as you will see, we are pre-programmed. And this is not some magic, this is our neurobiology. That's why you feel like where were we? Patina. Patina is a great restaurant in Los Angeles. And we're sitting in Patina. And, God, what was his name? He was married to Madonna. Warren Beatty. Warren Beatty walked in and had dinner right next to us. And I remember my wife and I were sitting there going, shit, can you believe it? That's Warren Beatty. Warren Beatty. And I felt like almost like going to him and says, Warren, hey, what's up? How's Madonna? I didn't, but I teach this stuff. I've been doing video. I understand what was going on in my brain, and yet I couldn't help it. What is that? Watching celebrities, actors, TV personalities. As you watch them, you become, the level of familiarity by watching them increases. That's why you feel like you know some people, like you and I. You probably started watching my YouTube videos, right? That's how I met most of you, on YouTube. And you posted a comment, we started a conversation. It's the same thing. Video creates the familiarity. That's why I'm so insistent. You should be doing this stuff. Even if you're introvert, even if you're shy, even if you don't know what to talk about. All of that we can fix. But I need your desire. I need you to raise your hand and say, hey, here's my $100, teach me. And I'll teach you. I'll show you. I figured it out. Dude from Czechoslovakia with this kind of accent has 22,000 plus subscribers on YouTube. What does that tell you? Anyone can do it. But you need to understand, because here's the pitfall, and I should have said that earlier. Just like a series of pretty good videos can absolutely help you and reposition you, bad video can really hurt you and your brand. So you got to watch for that. If the message is too salesy, if it's too boring, if it's too long, if it's not relevant, or if there is no payload, or there is no relevant, helpful insight for your audience, that can hurt you. And people will tune you out. And what's worse is something like Facebook pays close attention to how your content is consumed and by whom. And if they start noticing people not that interested in your content, it's going to start showing it less and less. So we have to be vigilant that the videos are good enough, the content is good enough, and it's engaging enough. And I'll help you with that. Cool? All right. What do we need for training yourself? We will spend a little bit of time on the gear you're going to need, but really it's you and your smartphone. We're going to start with that. I will give you some examples of things that we use, nothing expensive. There was a time where I used to buy a lot of expensive gear like cameras and stabilizers and all kinds of shit. You don't need any of that. You literally can start with your smartphone. If you want to get a tripod, a selfie stick, a little lav mic like I'm wearing now, that's great. And I'll help you pick the right ones. I'll walk you through it. One of our first videos will be about tools that will make your videos a little better. But other than that, you really don't need anything. You don't need to spend money on some fancy software or apps, editing, none of that. And we're not going to spend any money on advertising. If you want to turn some of these videos in ads, we've done that. I have my man Aaron run some ad campaigns for us where we take some of these clips as ads. You can do that. That's doable. And it works pretty well on Facebook. We're not going to spend any money right now. Money is a little tight. Hence the $100 price tag. You know, normally we sell this shit for $1,000. But that was a boot camp we sold for like, what, $1,500. Okay? All right, guys. So come join us. Go to go to realestatevideoplus.com. Sign up for it. We'd love to have you. As far as Path students, you guys who are my Path students, would love to have you. We have a bunch of spaces reserved for you. You don't need to do anything. There's an email that's going to go out this afternoon with a separate link for you. You can register there, and we're going to also post it in a Path group. Oh, one more thing we're going to have. I forgot to mention that. Roseanne set it up yesterday. We are going to have our private group just for you guys, the video bootcamp students, where you're going to post your videos. And we're going to critique it, we're going to review it, we're going to give you some tips. I may post some examples of good videos that either myself, we use in my company, and we produce 1,000 videos. Or some of my students produce that you should emulate so you can get inspired by them. So you'll like it. It's going to be just our private group. You're going to post questions there. I'm going to post screenshots. I'm going to post all kinds of tips there as well. So we invite you to join that here on Facebook. That's going to be just for you guys who are my students. All right. Excellent. Gary says, well, let me show you what Gary says. $100. Just sign up for the video course. Looking forward to starting next week. Gary, good to have you. Great to have you. Is it Gary or Jerry? I am such a terrible, I apologize. That's me and names, you know. I can screw up the name like John. Don't ask me how that's possible. That's one of my special qualities I'm very proud of. Anyway, good to have you. I'm excited. For all of you who are signing up, lovely to have you. I'm really looking forward to it. This is not pre-recorded, by the way. The lessons, I will be about a day or two ahead of you. In other words, the lesson you're going to get on Monday, I'll probably record on Saturday. And then I'll be about a day or two. Now, the reason I want to do it that way is because you may have a question, you may have a problem, or you may do something or not do something that you need help with. I'm going to incorporate it into lessons. So they will not be live, but they'll be very current. They also will stay on the website, so even after the bootcamp is finished, you say, I want to go through it again, or I want to watch that lesson on what to do on Facebook Live. It's all going to be available there for you. Now, here's the best part. The recordings will be available until the end of the year. So if you sign up now, we're going to start Monday, you can rewatch it all the way to the end of the year. As my thank you for coming on board, because you're doing something. Because you're not just sitting on your ass drinking wine all day, although we've been drinking a lot of wine. Have you been consuming a little more wine? I gotta say, it's been going down pretty smoothly lately just to kind of lube it up, you know what I mean? Have you been experiencing something similar? Interesting. Not related to the virus, but what are you going to do? So, in addition to that, you're going to do something. You're going to do the best you can with what you got. And if it means making a video out of your house, I do plenty of videos out of my house. I've done some in a kitchen. I've done some in a den. I've done some in front of the house, in the backyard. All these can be good locations. And I'll teach you how you can use the location and a trick, and that's a psychological trick, and there's a reason I use it sometimes. You ever notice in some of my videos, I start in one location, and I move into another location. I'll teach you how to do that so it's not too distracting, but it serves a purpose, and it will help you make your video engaging. All right, so go to realestatevideoplus.com, click that registration button, and we're going to get going on Monday. And you watch how quickly you can start conversations with people. You can start communicating with people. And you can even deploy some of the techniques to just one-on-one videos where you can pick up your phone and let's say there is an expired listing you couldn't reach. You just fire up your phone, record a little message, and send it as a text. Huge impact. I'll teach you how to do that as well. All right, friends, that's my message for today. Thank you very much for being here. For those of you who are signing up, a whole bunch of you are signing up. Holy cow, that's exciting. It's going to be a good class. Excellent. realestatevideoplus.com. Come join us. Live Q&A sessions every Friday. One little short lesson once a day for you to start conversations, continue conversations. Some of the videos will be also about follow-up. You know how sometimes you struggle, like I don't want to be salesy, I don't want to just drip on people. And email, really? Your inbox is full just like mine. What if we replace some of those messages with some cool, interesting, engaging, fun videos? Wouldn't that be helpful? Wouldn't that be cool? So I'll show you how to do that. Reconnect with your sphere. How about your neighbors? Wouldn't that be cool to kind of start dominating your neighborhood? Video can do that. You can engage your community. There are ways to do that. There is a way to do special messaging for a specific audience. And some videos you can use for everybody. Like right now, even if somebody is not thinking about selling, but if you can intelligently, eloquently summarize what's going on with the real estate industry at the moment and what impact it has to your community, you can be a rock star. And I will give you a couple of the secret sources where you can go to get some insights, get some data. Because I don't want you to speculate, and I don't want you to fearmonger. This is not about scaring people. Sell now because the market is going to hell. Maybe it will go down, maybe it will go up, maybe it will stay the same. Nobody knows. But I will give you some sources where you can come, get some interesting visuals if you want to include those, get some facts, and then give your side of the story, what you feel, what you see, what you're experiencing, and where this is going to go. Yeah? All right, guys. Coach Borino, let's wrap this up. For those of you joining us, I'm excited. We're going to start on Monday. Go to realestatevideoplus.com, realestatevideoplus.com. Join us in the bootcamp. We're going to start on Monday. First Q&A will be on Friday. We're going to invite you to the private group. The rest of you have a fantastic day. I appreciate you watching this. More lives, more good tips, more advice, more guests. I'm lining up some really cool lineup of real estate rock stars who are weathering this storm with us, who have some words of encouragement, some words of wisdom, some words of strength, and some practical tips that they're implementing right now to shift their business quickly, to react so that not only will they survive, but they will thrive, and you can too. All right, guys. With that, go ahead and register. I'll see you on the inside. Coach Borino signing off. Have a terrific day. Let's go get him. realestatevideoplus.com. I'll see you there. Ciao.